Yo, every Wednesday night, you better tune in tight at 7 p.m. CST. We bring in that insight. Halas Hall Report, best podcast in the game. Stats and facts, you'll remember the name. Host Ken Dub got the knowledge on lock. Co-host Woody, the Bear fan, talking all that talk. 3 Bear fans chilling, opinions on the side. We're here for the love, riding that Bear pride. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Lions think they're fierce with Dan Campbell's call, but all that greed ain't gonna help them at all. Same old story, we know how it goes. They just can't compete, everybody knows. Minnesota Vikings always talking smack, but when it's game day, they ain't got the knack. Sitting on the couch while we're making a stand. Over here in Chi-Town, we're the best in the land. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Packer fans yell blow pack blow, but can't see the truth. We're stealing the show. Rivalry heated, but we stay real cool. Halas Hall Report, yeah, that's the rule. With every episode, we build that hype. Stats and team news, we got the right type. Fan base strong, we ain't looking back. 2025, it's a winning attack. So gather round fans, put your hands in the air. Every Wednesday night, we're breathing that bear. Join the revolution, watch the magic unfold. Halas Hall Report, we're breaking the mold. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. So mark your calendars, don't miss a beat. Every Wednesday night, Halas Hall can't be beat. Stats, facts, team news on deck. Halas Hall Report, what did you expect? 2025, the Bears are here to stay. Blue and orange in the north leading the way.
Hey, good evening, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Halas Hall Report. And we've got a special episode today. Of course, we've got, as always, the man who has no opinion like myself on anything, Woody. Good evening, Woody.
Good evening. Fuck yeah.
And, of course, special guest, it's Haas. Yes, he is a Saints fan. Yes, we will be talking War Week. Haas from Driving to the Top Productions. And we'll get into his show a little bit more, too. And I'll be on his show later tonight, which will be at 9 p.m. Central. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, and Haas, feel free to chime in on the first topic if you want, of course. We're going to talk Monday Night Football, the revenge game, if you will, the game where a lot of people tried to drum up this animosity between Bears and Redskins or / Commanders fans, however you want to call them. The reliving of the Hail Mary, which I was at last year. And we had a game, and boy, what a game it was, Woody.
Oh, yeah, it was great start, up 13-0. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? This is the Bears. This happened week 1. We were winning, lost in the fourth quarter. They took the lead by 8. And then I don't know if anybody else, please chime in the comments as well. It seemed like the refs were out to get us on Monday. Some weak calls. I mean, that touchdown pass to Dunze was called back. Benedict, he wasn't on the line, they were saying. The Brisker roughing the passer call.
The Montez Sweat one was even better.
Yeah. So
I hope Jaden Daniels survived that massive blow you took.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like I said, bye week, I'm like, they made adjustments.
They did.
We saw more pressure,
which
was awesome. The running game was, Swift's first 100-yard game, and our rush defense. We got the number 1 rush offense going up towards the worst rushing defense. And if you take Jaden Daniels' rushing yards off, they hardly had shit. So all around. And I said, consistency. offense, defense, special teams. All of them did good together. Special teams, hats off to Jake Moody, 4 for 5 in field goals, won the game. Second week in a row, 25-24 for the win.
You know what's funny? It's the difference of the linebacking core having Edwards together.
Whew.
Made a huge difference. And of course, Gordon made a huge impact. And really the only weak spot right now is JJ's replacement. And you know what? He didn't have a bad game. He had a call on him, and he got burnt. But he's actually been doing a pretty good job overall filling in for JJ. So if we do anything at the deadline, that's it. We need a better corner if one's available. But he's serviceable. He's doing okay. I thought one of the funniest miscues for the Bears of the game was late in the game, unfortunately. Montez Sweat, man, just blows past the offensive line, but he also blew right past Jaden Daniels. He just ran right past Jaden. I'm like, dude, you just ran past the quarterback. It's like, and he kind of realizes it, turns around and pursues, but noticeable difference in the offensive line too with Theo Benedict. I think what he brings that Brown doesn't bring is he's much better on the run. Because if you look at what's different in the run, there's only one difference, and that's Theo Benedict at the left tackle. And it just seems with him at left tackle, the protection was about the same, on pass protection. But on the runs, I think he's better on the run. And he played a great ball. I mean, once again, Poles finds this guy, undrafted free agent rookie, brings him in, injured last year. They don't cut him. They keep him. They mature him a little bit. And last year is going through injury. He had a great game, and I think he was part of the key for that offense with creating, finally, for the first time this season, creating these little creases and these holes for our running backs to get through. Swift averaged 7 yards a carry.
Yeah. Back to the Nashawn Wright. I mean, he's like I said, cornerback, if anything. But he did have 2 big turnovers already this year.
Yeah.
The pick six, and that was a big fumble. So it must have been a defensive back blitz that he was right there and got that fumble. But where he's needed is, covering these receivers and stuff like that. Scary Terry wasn't playing, and hats off to the defense as well. They held Evo Brown to shit. So all around.
Nathan Vasher posted on X about the defense a little bit, and I commented on his post. I said, look, I know everyone's bitching about sacks, but the question I posed, would you rather have 3 sacks a game or turnovers? If you had to pick one.
Turnovers
every day of the week. And this defense leads the NFL in turnovers right now. So, Haas, pay attention there. The defense you're playing this week leads the NFL at like 2.8 turnovers per game. In the last 3 games, we've had 11 turnovers generated by this defense.
If I had to say anything of fault about these turnovers, is that the offense has to start turning these turnovers into touchdowns, not field goals.
Yes,
that's the only thing I have to pick off from this game this week. Obviously,
some of that though was like some of that though, minus the bad snap one, that was all us. Some of these, and look, mistakes are going to happen in the game. It just really sucks when they happen at such a key pivotal moment. But some of these penalties that erase touchdowns, like the Adunze touchdown, they got erased. Even the rules analyst for ESPN ABC said, yeah, that shouldn't have been called. Right.
And that kills you even more.
And look how many third down conversions we stopped them on, that then they got, we're giving you 15 yards because Montez Sweat's hand barely brushed Jaden Daniels' helmet. But then when Caleb took a helmet-to-helmet hit, that's okay. So, I mean, some of the, and look at the Bears the Bears are saying what we are saying what the Bears can't. The Bears cannot say the refs made bad calls. They're going to say, hey, we're going to clean it up, right? But I don't think they have as much to clean up as that would imply. A lot of these drives on turnovers stalled out due to penalties that were just atrociously bad calls.
Well,
But they do
thing
need to convert more.
the thing that pissed me off about that, we were losing with that bad snap to Caleb. I don't know if they're trying to catch the defense offset because the quarter is about to come out, but dude, you should have let that go out into the fourth quarter because that could have been a big turnover that could have lost it for us.
Yeah. Yeah, call the timeout, do something. Well, maybe not call the timeout, but just take the 5-yard penalty at that point, right? Yeah. I mean, so look at this
time run out.
Growth. And what I love what Caleb said in the post-game press conference about the games. Like, look, we'd love to win by 30. 30 is a lot of fun, right? It's great. Winning by 30 is awesome. Everyone would love to do it. But you know what's good about winning a game like tonight? We know that we can win games like this. And they've done it now 2 weeks in a row. They've won these close games. It's that confidence thing. They know that they're never out of a game. And that's a confidence thing that you can't teach.
I think they made adjustments after week 1 because we lost that in the fourth quarter. So we know that, hey, this could happen for us as well if you play the whole game. And special teams won it 2 weeks in a row for us.
Now, Haas, you got a treat because normally it's hard to watch your next week opponent because usually they're playing at the same time you're playing on Sunday. Did you get to watch the game on Monday night?
I watched some of it, but I was watching 2 games at the same time.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the Bears game? Parts you saw.
Good thing I didn't bet this on FanDuel because I'd have lost.
Now, Hoss, I want to ask you something before you watch that, or before the game started. Did you have the Bears having any chance of winning this game on Monday night?
No, not a close game, 1 possession, but I didn't think they were going to pull it off. Just like I didn't think the Falcons were going to pull it off with Buffalo. So I lost both games Monday night. I
said it on that morning show. I was like, Ken, watch Atlanta at home.
Yeah,
they're good at home.
And I took Buffalo, and I was like, no, Buffalo's going to rebound. But man, they never got their offense cooking. And Bijan Robinson was a beast.
Yeah,
and without Bijan though, I don't know how the rest of that offense does though for Atlanta. But he was able to run all over. I got to watch about the first quarter in the Bears game came on, so I switched. But man, Bijan he wrecked that game for Buffalo.
All they have is Pitts. They're using Pitts more because I'm glad because when he came out of college, I was like, this guy's going to be a beast, but they never used him right. And, London too. So yeah, without Bijan, I mean, Algiers is there too. He's a tough ass runner, but Bijan Robinson is their offense right now.
And it was ironic because we have so many people like the Mike, like Mike the Bear fan, like Broski, 2 Bears fans. Billy, I think, is part of this crew too, if I remember correctly. The Get Rid of Swift campaign. But tell me Swift did not show you exactly why we have him on this roster.
Wow, I didn't think that was going to be a touchdown. I thought he was going to get pushed out of bounds or he was going to go out of bounds. But wow,
and Troy Aikman. Oh, the Bears got lucky.
Yeah. That's why he's all over the news right now.
Oh my God!
They were more than lucky. They probably played a little better.
Yeah, well, Troy Aikman said that the Bears got lucky with all of it. Like that touchdown was luck, and Aikman is getting roasted on X by Bears fans. Basically, what they're doing now is they're taking Troy Aikman's career numbers and just picking a quarterback and putting their numbers up side by side and go, look, Aikman's not even as good as like they've done Jay Cutler, they've done Tony Romo, they've done. You can just name a bunch of different quarterbacks, and like Aikman's numbers, and he's a Hall of Famer, mind you, because they always say the Hall of Famer. He has to be the worst quarterback in the Hall of Fame, period. There are so many guys who have NFL careers who are shorter than him that have better numbers than he does, career numbers. Scored more fantasy points, too, if you want to use that as any part of your looking into how good he was. And Aikman's worse than all of these guys. Cutler's got better numbers. Romo's got better numbers. They were just going down this list. It was like, yeah, he's getting roasted right now. Aikman was so busy slobbing the knob of the Commanders and of Jaden Daniels, and he took every opportunity to say anything negative he could about the Bears.
Well,
Monday.
Ken, thanks for that visual. I never heard slobbing a knob out of your mouth. But yeah, Jody heard it too. But Hoss, I would say this too. I would take Drew Brees any day of the week and twice on Sunday over Aikman as well.
Yeah.
So
hey,
yeah,
but
all
Woody,
around, it was an all around good game. Like I said, three parts of the team, they all work together, and look what happens.
Hey, Woody, asked Jody if she agrees with me though.
Slobbing a knob. Oh, jeez.
That Aikman was flobbing it all over Washington every chance he got.
Well, she was just too busy hearing me yelling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she did that the other day, Ken. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Jesus, Jody. You two are perfect for each other.
I know.
The defense though, great. I love that they made the adjustments and it came out of the game injury free. We do have to talk about the one injury we did have out of this game, and that's DJ Moore.
Sewell.
Who?
How about
I
Sewell?
don't want to hear this. DJ Moore wants out of Chicago. DJ Moore has no heart. DJ Moore's numbers are down, so we need to get rid of him stuff because he gets hurt and he's still in there laying down blocks, running routes, drawing people in coverage, and then after the game. He stays behind, and they go to the hospital for precautionary, and I understand why because it's a groin injury. And look at with JJ being out, I get it. Stay behind. I kind of had a feeling it wasn't anything super serious when we didn't hear anything that night. When we didn't hear anything to Ben Johnson's press conference the next day, he's like, "Look, he's already back in Chicago. We just want to take precautions." If it had been serious, we would have gotten word in the morning. Now, I don't know. Was he on the injury report today? I'm sure he was. I'm sure he did practice today. But if that's the only injury come out of Monday night after that game, and that was not an easy game for anyone, I'm happy.
I'll get that injury report right now.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
Let's see here. Oh, this is the...
I'd be surprised if he's not on the injury report.
Okay, so this who didn't practice today? All right. Jonah Jackson, his ankle, didn't practice today. Grady Jarrett, knee, didn't practice today. DJ Moore, hip groin, did not practice today. Santos, right thigh, did not practice today. Noel Sewell, concussion, did not practice today. And let's see, Austin Booker and Travis Homer were full practice today. So
that's the other guy we got to talk about, the hero of the day. Signed off the street, put on the practice squad, Jake Moody, former third-round draft pick. It was funny, I had a buddy of mine that I play a video game with text me after the block, said, "Well, welcome to Moody as your kicker." He's a Niners fan. And I didn't respond till after the game. I said, thank you very much. What did you think of Moody in his debut?
It's impressive with the wind, and I wouldn't be lying if that last field goal was a 28-yard, 38-yard field goal. Okay, I turned my head, and my head was in the cushion, and I heard Joe Buck say it's good, and I was like, then I yelled. How you have to be happy with this guy. I mean, both teams missed a field goal. Obviously. They're saying, "Oh, he kicked it low on that block," but can't go wrong.
I don't think he kicked it low as much as they got through, because they got through on the line. The line just whatever in that operation of that kick, the line did not protect, and they got through pretty good. They pushed the offensive line back. So it could have been a combination of the two, but I liked Moody. His press conference was a riot, especially talking about the bed. And then they pressed him. I said, "Guys, I'm joking around. The bed was okay,
And he got the game ball.
He got the game ball. Yeah. So here's the question, though. There's no rush on Santos. Obviously, like if Santos needs 2 weeks, give it to him. But when Santos is healthy, if Moody, let's say Santos is out the next 2 weeks, Moody just knocks everything down, be it a 23-yarder or a 58-yarder. Right, and there's no issues with him. What do we do when Santos comes back?
I'm thinking it's still Santos's job to lose. The only complaint I have about Santos is that he can't kick over 50. I mean, he did during preseason. So I want to see not just these 40 yard field goals for Moody. I want to see how he does at 50, 55. Now, if he makes all of them, Santos, I would think his job's in trouble. But if he keeps kicking these mediocre ones like, 30, 40, 45, and he's drilling them, I think it's Santos's job to lose.
I mean, yeah, you hate to have a guy lose a job due to injury.
Right.
But, all right, so look, I don't know. Anything else about Monday besides it was just a great game? I think they made a lot of great adjustments. It was great having guys back off injury. Offensively, the only complaint I have is we're still not using our tight ends. Yes, Loveland had a good catch.
Mm-hmm.
Did Komet even get a target?
No, absolutely not. No.
So we're still not using the tight ends enough. That's one thing I like to see them do better. I get it. We got these two tight ends. They're threats. Last time the Bears were in NOLA, Komet had 2 big touchdowns in that game. I was at that one. So maybe they use him against NOLA this week more, him and Colson, but we're not passing to tight ends enough. That's my only complaint offensively.
Well, I don't want them to use the tight ends at all in NOLA because Haas, I don't know if you were around. I know Billy, me, and Kenny were about the Zach Miller injury that happened in NOLA. So just be careful out there. I mean,
this game's in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. But I just want to. Anytime I hear the Saints, I think of Zach Miller when they play the Bears all the time.
Billy, you have to be a happy camper this morning or today.
Yes, man. You got to be happy. It's 3 wins in a row. We're not used to stuff like that.
So, are you changing your mind on DeAndre Swift?
I guess so.
I
mean, we always knew he was good. We didn't have the line for him. And like I say, to see the line block and give the guy holes, it's just like, okay, that's why we got him. But let's just hope they can continue that.
I think it's got to be consistent, though. I want to see this.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I enjoyed it. I want to see it more.
Right.
And I think, like I said, this was the first game where I actually saw the offensive line create some seams and holes and get pushed. The rest of the games this season, the offensive line's been getting pushed back. I think Theo Benedict is actually the difference maker in this case, where because the pass protection at left tackle is virtually the same as it was before. For pass protection, the biggest difference I noticed in the line with Theo in it is the run protection was much better, and he got a lot of good push, and he's better at the run than Braxton Jones, I think.
But not only that, I mean, look at they used 3 running backs. You got to see a little Roshan. You saw, you saw 3 running backs. I mean, you saw a little difference. So
yeah, but Roshan had what, 1 carry?
1 or 2.
1 or 2, I believe, but he was in there. I was shocked.
You can see, you always tell him he's got that big ass helmet.
Yeah, he's got the big helmet.
I mean, not as big as Dobbs, but
no,
yeah,
Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs, you can see his helmet from the moon.
Yeah, that's a parachute.
Yeah. So Haas, by the way, meet Billy. Billy meet Haas. I know you guys haven't met. Haas, so Billy runs is part of First and 10 Tailgating, the Hall of Fame First and 10 Tailgating. There we go. And if you ever watch a Bears game or seen highlights and seen a guy with a leather football helmet and a defense sign on TV, yeah, that's Billy.
And if you ever go tailgate, I'm telling them to make you a fucking sandwich.
Oh, I'll be making them sandwiches on Sunday morning.
I wish I could get up there for that.
Wow,
so let's transition. Let's transition to the weekend. We got Haas here. He's a good buddy of mine. He's on Driving to the Top Productions. I do a show with them on Tuesdays. He's also a Saints fan living in Louisiana. So we got some War Week. Look at a couple of weeks ago, he brought out the paper bag. That paper bag, though, has kind of gotten put away a little bit because look at the Saints. I go find it. You got to find it. Look at their defense has been playing. Their defense has actually been playing pretty decent ball this season. It's just their offense was not.
It's O-line. O-line is trash.
Well, I'm telling you, I like Shaheed as a wide receiver. He's a quick. Listen, a big win the Bears had Monday night. I know we're playing at home against the Saints, Saints, beat the Giants and stuff like that. I don't compare between teams, but that's the rule, I say. But I just don't want them to take them lightly after this big win on Monday.
Well, who'd they play this weekend? They lost, right? Wasn't it? I know I watched part of it. Where's my?
We lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, but they kept it close early, and
just like they did Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, so like you can't sleep on the Saints. You can't let that record fool you.
Nope.
You
and Rattler, and Rattler's mobile too. You've seen it in the games that he can run.
He's only threw one pick all season, but they give him a lot of shit because he can't complete a pass because he has no targets to throw to. Chris Olave has been slumping. Jawan Johnson, that's who I want off the team now. If we talk about trades, get Jawan Johnson off the team. They can't protect the run game, that old line. So Alvin Kamara's got to go. I said, if we need to draft somebody, we don't need a quarterback. We got our guy, Spencer Rattler. We still got Tyler Shuck. We got Taysom Hill. Fuck. Where's all the Notre Dame fans at? I want Jeremiah Love at running back.
Well, Kamara did not practice today. Yidam, their cornerback, did not practice today. Olave was limited practice. Alante Taylor was limited practice, another one of their corners. And defensive tackle John Ridgway was full practice today. All their game stats right now are quote unquote unspecified. So they got Olave can't play for whatever reason, or Kamara is out for whatever reason. That's big for them.
Well, I think their dark horse is Taysom Hill, and I'm just scared of the guy. He could play any position on that offense. It feels like so. If he's in there at quarterback, he might run, but he could throw as well. So he's a dual threat.
When he's in Wildcat formation, 9 times out of 10, he's either getting that first down or he's getting that touchdown.
And look, he's the highest paid player in NOLA. The fans love him in NOLA, and for good reason.
Yep.
It's just, but that should tell you something. The highest paid player in your roster is a quarterback who's now listed as a tight end and is only used as a gadget player. That's their highest paid player right now on their roster. Now, Kamara is only $8 million on their cap this year, but next year he's $18 million. He's untradeable in that regard. And that's their problem that I've been noticing is if you look at the contracts in NOLA, a lot of very untradeable guys, and they're not going to get rid of Olave. He's their future. So, yeah, they're an interesting, perplexing team because they're still playing pretty well defensively with a lot of aging out guys that take big money and they can't get rid of. Because I'm sure they would be worth something to a playoff contending team, but the way their contracts are still for another year or two out, they make them almost untradeable.
So Haas, I got a question for you. I know you said you don't want him, or he has to go. Is Kamara on this team next year?
They might gamble for him, but I don't see him being there that long. Especially if they're wanting to look for a running back in the near future. I threw a name out, Jeremiah Love. If they can get him, I feel like his days could be numbered. Because they're not going to rely on Kendre Miller to lead the team. They're gonna find somebody young and fresh. If they get rid of Kamara, they're going to draft somebody young like him or somebody else they could find that's available on the market.
So here is the dilemma for Haas next year. As of today, New Orleans Saints for 2026 have 43 players under contract, and they're in the hole $14.1 million. Alvin Kamara's cap hit next year, $18.5 million. And if they cut him pre-June 1st, almost all of that, except for $359,000, is dead cap. If he's post-June 1st, they can save $8.5 million and only take $10 million in dead. And same thing like Cam Jordan's a big expenditure for them next year. Taysom Hill, not so much. He's only a $13 million cap hit next year. But they've got guys who are, Cam Jordan's 18.7 next year. Eric McCoy, 17.6. DeMario Davis, 14. Chase Young, $20 million on the cap next year for Chase Young.
Yeah. So Ken, with all these numbers you pointed out just now, how does a team rebuild from this if they want to go in rebuild mode?
Either be willing to take a shit ton of dead cap and really, 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 really suck for a year, or find someone who has cap space that will take that player on.
I don't know. There's a couple teams out there need running backs that might take that. Kamara.
I mean, Hoss, what? I mean, I live in the NOLA bubble, right? Where I live in Pensacola, we're a Saints area. I don't watch local stuff. I don't listen to local stuff much. But Hoss, what are you hearing in your neck of the woods about this roster going forward?
Hopefully they can get another win this season, because it's like the boat. This is like no stranger thing to us. Like, I need to be wearing a Spencer Rattler jersey. I get one, but I have a bad luck when it comes to getting players' jerseys. 9 times out of 10, a player I get, he either gets cut or gets traded. So I joined the bandwagon where I get custom jerseys made. I either put my name on the back or put a chant in the back. No, well, so yeah, I know Alontae Taylor wears number 1, but this ain't Alontae Taylor I got on. This is a custom.
I only get retired players, right, Billy?
That's right.
I had the Briggs jersey for a tailgate.
I need to be on that boat, but I don't want to hear people like, I don't know why you wear him. He don't play for him no more.
Yeah, I've got. Here we go. I got a Fields jersey, I think, after year 2, because I got a good deal on a salute to service. And that year's salute to service looked really good. Actually, it's one of my favorite jerseys. It just sucks that it's Fields on it now because obviously he's gone. But I did get a salute to service on those 2. I got salute to service for Caleb and Rome. But the majority of my jerseys are guys who are retired Hall of Fame, whether for Chicago. But I hate that, when you buy, especially if you're paying like $350 to the NFL shop for it, like, now, obviously if you know a way to get them cheaper.
Yeah, we do, Ken. We know how to get them cheaper.
Yep, look, I got your answer right here. DH Gate. I get, even though they're made in China, that's where I get my jerseys from.
Well, and then I don't mind spending $20, and I figured this one on Rome and Caleb, they were a little bit safer bet maybe than Justin was, but the reason I got Justin is I really liked the salute to service jersey that year.
So I wanted to ask Billy. Billy, I saw the video that you guys cheering on the winning field goal. What jersey were you wearing?
I had my pink Buckus on.
Very nice. And when you're on the floor face down, I like that as well.
Oh, yeah. Face down, ass up, huh?
Well, okay. Here's a question for y'all. Like, so I have a Drew Brees jersey that I outgrew. If he gets inducted in the Hall of Fame next year, I'm going to order me another one. Name me 4 other retired Saints players I should add if I start this trend of getting only retired Saints jersey players as jerseys.
They have to be in the Hall of Fame?
No, it can be someone that retired a Saint, very dedicated to them.
Well, look, I mean, Kamara you're safe with. He's been a Saint long enough. I think Kamara is a safe one.
Michael Thomas?
I never had a Michael Thomas jersey, but I still got
Reggie Bush?
I have a Reggie Bush
to Jimmy
jersey,
Graham.
Jimmy Graham, yeah.
I had a Jimmy Graham one, but when he got traded to the Seahawks, I got rid of that jersey so fast.
I think Kamara. Do you have a Kamara jersey yet?
No, I never did.
I think Kamara would be a safe bet because even if he leaves the team, he's been there so long that he'll always be synonymous with the Saints.
Yep.
So, like in the last 20, I'm gonna say the last 20 years, even though you started in 06, like players I've had in the last 20 years with jerseys: Drew Brees, Reggie Bush, Marcus Colston, Jeremy Shockey, Darren Sproles.
How about this? Go way out here. How about Morton Anderson?
Ooh,
yep.
See, I was thinking
what's his name? They got the statue for him in front of the dome hall.
Steve Gleason. Steve Gleason. Yeah. See, Steve Gleason, Ricky Jackson. Who's another one I'd get? Maybe.
See, I'm a defense guy. If I was a Saints, I get a Jonathan Vilma jersey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Or Armstead. I'd get Armstead too.
And you can always get a Manning jersey.
I was waiting.
How about what's his name? Give me a second. Oh, Ingram.
I've had a Mark Ingram jersey. That was the only one was like, okay, he played for Alabama. I'll let that slide, but he's with us.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, Steve's got a good one. Tom Dempsey, the half-foot kicker. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kick that long.
Yeah. Good call, Steve. That's digging one out of the files.
Wow, we know how old you are.
Yeah. So, all right, what do we? So this game is at noon Central at Soldier Field, which means Billy would be out there at what 06 setting up.
Yes, sir.
Drunk by 09.
What's the weather going to be like? What's the weather going to be like?
People will be. Weather will be about 60 degrees. Actually, supposed to be a nice day.
But Billy, I'm going to ask you: is the van fixed? Is the van okay?
Actually, I'm supposed to be going to pick it up tomorrow, so it'll be at the game on Sunday.
Okay, as long as she's good.
We know Bears tailgating is going to be on fire. The question is, what's this game going to look like Sunday? Billy, we'll start with you. What do you think of this game coming up Sunday? You know, how are we going to do, et cetera?
I actually think we're going to do pretty good. Like I say, we're on 3-game winning streak. It hasn't been done. Haven't had that happen in a while. Like I say, we're home. The defense is getting healthier. They're getting better. Booker's going to be back. Hopefully he's playing. That's going to be wonderful. I think we're doing good. Like I say, I'm not on that Caleb train. You know, I'm in line watching. I'm hoping, but there's improvement. You're seeing everything improve every week. There's something improving. So I don't know, man. I think with Ben Johnson, how he's got, the team. I mean, you see all the videos. I mean, that's an awesome ass coach. So, I mean, I think they're going to go in, they're going to play hard. And man, I think we're going to come out with a dub on that one, man. I really believe it just because we're playing pretty good and we're improving every week.
Hey,
with Booker was a healthy scratch last week because Booker did full practice all last week. But if Sewell is still out for if Sewell can't go because of the concussion protocol, I think they activate Booker. If Sewell comes back, I'm not so sure if we activate Booker this week.
I don't know, man. I think he wants to play.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Yep.
I'll acknowledge one thing when it comes to a Bear legend. I'll acknowledge Ditka because not only we had him as a coach, we were able to get Ricky Williams because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trade the whole draft away.
Woody said he don't like Bears being in New Orleans because of that injury. When I think of Bears, when I think of us playing in Chicago, I'll think of that unforgettable. I'll think of that forgettable NFC Championship game that we did not even belong to be in. Because when I saw the snow falling, I said, "Oh yeah, we ain't winning this shit."
As soon as Reggie Bush did that flip, that's when you weren't winning.
And that dance, I said, "Okay, you're about to make a fool of yourself."
Right in front of Urlacher. That was a no-no.
Yep. No. Yeah.
And that horrible combo of gold jersey, white jersey, gold helmet, white jersey, black pants. I hate that combo. What a passion.
So, with Caleb, though.
What's up, Yoli?
Caleb had some balls that should have been caught Monday. We didn't say that when we were talking about the Monday game, but like in the fourth quarter, who was that across the middle? Zacchaeus? Dude, he would have gone to the house on that ball.
You know what? He'd still be running right now.
Yeah. Caleb had some really good balls. He didn't put balls in a place where you're like, oh, God, no. But he still – some of the balls – and of course, Troy being Troy is going to point it out. So you have to give a little bit of credit that he pointed it out. But one or two of the balls, he's still a little behind the receiver.
Yep.
And the one thing I've noticed the last 2 weeks, sometimes in the middle, when the receiver stops instead of having to camp out, throw me the ball, Caleb is thinking he's still moving. And so they've been able to make those receptions. That's a communication issue. That's going to get better. So hopefully that gets better maybe for this week. And then maybe Billy, you'll stop have to wait in line and you can finally take a seat on Team Caleb. Haas, for your team coming off, I mean, you guys played a team that's caught fire lately in New England. Taking the L after really, I think the Giants game is kind of a misnomer too because you guys played well against the Giants, but dude, that rookie quarterback there is why I think the kid's going to be really good for them. He's got a lot of moxie. He was terrible on his first road game. I think a lot of that went to just New York being bad. But what do you think of your Saints' or what do you think their chances are, and what do they need to do to beat the Bears this Sunday in Chicago?
That offensive line needs to protect the run game first off, protect Spencer Rattler, and them running backs, Chris Olave, Juwan Johnson, run your fucking routes and catch the damn ball. It's the offense that needs this preaching. The defense, I think, got a game plan. It's that offense, and it starts with the O-line.
So, where are you guys ranked on rush defense? Because the Bears just destroyed one of the better run defenses in the league on Monday night. Where are you guys at?
I'm gonna look it up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're somewhere in the middle. But I'm gonna pull it up right now. They're ranked 19th right now in rushing.
In rushing or rush defense?
In rush defense.
Okay.
It's ranked 19th as of mid-October 2025.
So, and Billy or Woody, chime in on this one. After Monday's game, I don't want to say the run is solved, right? But considering how we shut their run offense down, and they had a really good run defense, and we just had our best run game of the season, I would think for Nola that's going to be very problematic. And then, oh, by the way, we have one of
they got y'all second.
What now?
In rush defense, they got the Bears second with the 49ers number 1.
Yeah, that's a big shift because of Monday. And then if you look at pass protection coming into Monday night's game, we were ranked 4th in the NFL. I would assume that we're still at least 4, if not better. So if we can run the ball with the weapons this Bears team has, I don't know if the Saints defense with 2 cornerbacks being hurt right now, if they can keep up. Like, I think this offense, this should be one of those days that Caleb says, we like to win by 30. You would think.
Did you just say the Bears rush defense is number 2?
I saw top 5. I see Niners, Bears, Bengals, Bills, and the Broncos.
You mean we jumped up that high after just Monday night's game?
They show 138 attempts for 782.
Nice.
Yards.
What the fuck?
Looking pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And what is our rush
defense?
After,
well, the Genty game was our worst one by far. The problem with the Bears' rush defense wasn't that because they did stop a lot of the run in the other games. The problem was, as fans especially, we key in on the big runs they don't stop. But they did do a pretty decent job stopping a lot of runs. But the Genty game really blew them back because that was like 250 yards of rushing that game in total for the Raiders. But minus that's like that was half of the run they'd given up all season was that one game. They were actually relatively decent, not great, but they were decent, but they would give up the big run when you needed them to stop it the most. I think that's why we kind of freaked out. They did a really good job though against Washington. So, Kamara, I'm not worried about him running. I'm more worried about him catching the ball in the backfield.
Yep.
All right, with our run game going, if we do get that run game starting, I think that play action is going to look pretty nice. I think we're going to get some big plays off of play action.
Yeah, Dunze should pick back up with the TD receptions. If DJ Moore's not in, we might actually get to see a young kid who we all really liked during the preseason finally get some balls. Duvernay's looked good when they put him in. Zacchaeus has done exceptionally well minus the drop ball Monday night.
I like to see Dunnerveig do better on the return game. We brought him in for the return game. I need to get some more because I see like it might be the Bears special teams when it seems like the other team is getting up to like the 35, 40 yard line all the time. Seems like the Bears are starting at like the 25, maybe 30 yard line. I don't know if there's not the gaps are being filled in or whatever, but I want to see Dunnerveig get some better yards on a kickoff.
Well, I want to see Jihadi Walker maybe this week, and if DJ's out, we haven't seen Jihadi at all.
Wow, he had a hell of a preseason.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Jihadi Walker at all. And we know the guy's got some speed, and if the run game's going into the pass protection, could you imagine like Jihadi and Rome streaming down the field? Like, what are you going to do if you're the Saints defensive back?
I know what they're going to do. They're going to hope Caleb overthrows him.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask Billy one thing because he wasn't on the show yet. I know you're watching the game, with everybody. What do you think about these ref calls on Monday night? They a little weak.
Oh, dude, it was such a joke, man.
There you go. That's all I wanted to hear. No, I don't want Breeze call.
Refs are a joke no matter if you're watching. Refs are a joke no matter if you're watching NFL, college, or even high school.
This referee crew was the highest penalty calls in the league, the one that we had Monday night.
And look, if the NFL takes care of it over time, yes, they were terrible Monday, but do you think we're going to see them in a big game in December? No. First year head referee, obviously he's not the one throwing all the flags, but some of those, like the call on Theo Benedict was atrocious. Some of these ticky-tack, they're very ticky-tacky. That's the thing, like they would call the most ticky-tacky thing on the Bears, but let egregious shit go. So it was just kind of like the officiating. I hope it's better for Bears Saints. I hope Bears Saints got a better officiating crew because normally the NFL will look at the records and go, okay, well, these are two teams that maybe X, Y aren't doing so well. So we'll send a lesser team, refereeing team, kind of like how the networks do the same thing with whoever they're going to have call the game. Like, oh, this is a game that people outside of this aren't going to watch, so we'll send we'll send whoever. Right, and they do that with the refs. I hope we get good refs this weekend because
I wanted to ask Billy something. That's
terrible. Go ahead.
Hey, Billy, do you since you have contacts and stuff, can you call Jaden Daniels to see if he's okay after that Montez Sweat hit that they call the roughing the pass?
That was rough.
What the fuck, dude? Come on, man.
We might have cleaned his helmet a little bit.
So and then it's funny. And then on the Brisker one where he hit his legs. Like, forget the push in the back. I get that
wow.
Like, really? I hope we get better officiating for Sunday. Look at Bears Saints games used to be really fun, especially back in the early 2000s. Like, there were like 3 years of Saints. Like, we were the gatekeepers for the Saints. Like, we kept kicking them out of the playoffs every year, and I know it drove them nuts. It drove Breeze nuts. Finally they got over the hump, won a Super Bowl. Avenged the Bears actually by beating Peyton and the Colts, so we were happy. There's always been this weird relationship with Chicago and NOLA. We win the Super Bowl there, then Ditka goes there. I don't know. This game, I don't see any animosity in the fan bases for this game.
The 10. This is a rival. Come on now.
Yeah, that's right. Because of Rattler. It's all because of Rattler. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Well, I want to, Haas. Are you going to be joining us on Sunday before the game?
No, I won't be able to.
Okay, so what would be your, since we have 12 minutes left? What's your prediction for Sunday and why you think so?
Well, I got two predictions. If by some miracle we pull this off and get the win, I think it'll be by a field goal, like 27-24 if the Saints win. If we're talking normalcy here, still a one possession game. I could see if the Bears pull it off, they could be like a 30-21 victory.
Now the Saints win against the Giants a couple weeks ago.
I like that.
I know you guys held Jackson Dart, 2 interceptions and stuff like that. And you see how good the Giants been the last 2. They beat the Sheagles and stuff like that. So how did you guys win that game? And how can you perform that on Sunday against us? Like, what do you have to do to beat us like you did the Giants that day?
Well, we don't want to hurt no players, but I think they knocked Cam Scannable out so hard he couldn't ball out like he'd been doing all season. But
right,
we'd have to. I know y'all good at stopping the run game and rushing and everything. We just have to run the ball better, protect the damn run game. Like I've mentioned, we got to run through that shit, man. But other than that, run them routes. Don't get covered. So Rattler's got to be like, no, he can't be under pressure and complete a pass. He's so nervous to throw an interception, or he's going to try and avoid. Like, we got to make sure Rattler in the pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with the Bears, we don't. Our pass rush.
We lost
our pass
somebody?
rush. No, there you go. Look, we have bad internet down here in the South. Okay, so he was. Yeah, Haas, you were cutting a little bit. But our pass rush is kind of a misnomer, right? We don't get sacks, but we are creating pressure. That's leading to these interceptions. I think that's gonna be big against Rattler, like Haas was saying. If he feels pressure, you might throw interceptions, and we've got a defensive backfield that's ball hawking. And you know what I like about Tyreek Stevenson, besides the fact he's playing really, really good this year? Have you noticed that every time he's in on a tackle, he's ripping that ball? It's like him and Peanut had a long discussion one night.
Yep.
Ball been on the floor a lot.
So
yeah, that's
Wait, you agree with me and the Saints win? No, I'm not saying the Saints are going to win. I'm saying Spencer Rattler is going to throw some interceptions. Yeah, well, Steve's a Packers fan, so that should be the obvious part.
I'm just nervous because all these games that there's so many upsets this year. I mean, I know it's in Chicago and it's nice weather out, and we just can't take any team lightly, especially the Saints.
Yeah, Austin's internet kicked the crap out of him.
Yeah, but with their offensive line, man, and our defense being tough and getting our players back, I think we're going to have a good game. Like I say, that defense is going to attack that offensive line. That's going to make that kid scramble, and like you say, he's going to throw that ball around. We got too many ball hawks out there. I think the defense is going to at least get a touchdown, help that score out.
That would be nice to get a defensive score, and we got a few minutes here. Let's look at this. We have the Saints this week, okay? Then we get the Ravens, then we get the Bengals, then we get the Giants, and then we finally, right on my birthday weekend, we hit the Vikings. Of the next four, just keen on this, we should win all four games. There's no reason why the Bears can't win all four of those games. And I think the key for this week, it's kind of what Billy just said. The defense is going to be all over Rattler, and we don't need to sack Rattler. We need to do what Haas said, make him nervous, make him throw bad balls. And we got guys who are like Byard, who are just hawking. And they need a defensive score too. Offensively, the Bears, look at every game they've played, that offense has gotten better in one way or another. This is becoming that Bears team that you don't want to play because they're getting better on both sides of the ball by big leaps and bounds, and you're seeing the effect of Ben Johnson as a coach. They're emotionally stable, right, during the game. They're all about business. We're not the loaf thing, doing push-ups on the sideline because they loaf. We're not that point yet. But this is a game like, I don't want to call it a coming out party for the Bears against the Saints, but it could be. It could be.
So Haas, you gave us two predictions on here. We only give one. So what is your final prediction for Sunday's game and why?
Saints win by, I'm going to go with the first one I said. Saints win by a field goal.
There we go.
There you go.
And Steve, because I said the Packer thing, because Packer fans will always pick against the Bears in the worst possible way. Love you, Steve. The doctor of football, thugonomics.
Got early.
Come on now, we're with you, man. What are you thinking for this game, Billy? Because I know you won't be with us Sunday. So what's your prediction for Sunday?
Yeah, like I said, I think our defense is going to attack their offense. Get that kid. I think our defense is going to score. Our offense is going to score. I think we're going to I'm going to go 31. We'll go 31-14 Bears.
Woo! That's a Cowboy score.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going with it just because of that defense, man. Yeah, we're going to score. I think we're going to get a touchdown, maybe run, but I think it's our defense that's going to win it for us, man. Like I said, their O-line is crap. We're going to attack that O-line and rattle that kid's head.
And with Edwards back in the linebacking middle, I think that kind of it makes Alvin Kamara have a rough day because no one really does well against those two coming out of the backfield for catching, when those two are in games. And then you add that we got, Brisker, Byard, Spidey all back. I mean, I think, and look, it's a revenge game too for the Bears. Another revenge game. Steve, of course, is taking the Saints by 2. No, well, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like I said, Packers fan. I can live with it. But
you are illiterate now for saying that shit.
Yeah, but look at for our our defensive coordinator. This is a revenge game. This is the team that fired him.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think that playbook is starting to open up more on defense now that he's got his personnel in place. So, we hired a defensive mastermind and an offensive mastermind this year. And like I said, I think going forward, I'm not going to give my prediction. I'm going to say the Bears are going to win. That much I will say. I won't give a score until Sunday. But this is becoming that team that you do not want to play against because they're putting together on both sides of the ball highly effectively with two guys who are just brainiacs at their craft. And my God, they both look intense all the time, don't they? Do either of those guys smile?
More than me.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Dennis Allen smiles more than Ben Johnson does.
Well, I like the way Ben Johnson in that was a full start. He said, "What the fuck are you guys doing on his mic? You red lips." It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. He said, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, shut the fuck. I like the way he does that in the locker room after the win. He pumps them up. His press conferences are crisp, and it's just hopefully he's coming around and he's making me a believer. I'm like with Billy though. I'm not on the Caleb train yet, but he's on pace for 4,000 yards that no Bears quarterback ever did. 30 plus touchdowns and only what they said 8 interceptions.
He's got the best touchdown to interception ratio of any quarterback ever taken, number one.
Well, when he's upright. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Steve, it could. Yeah, there's a reason why no one ever talks about it because we want to talk about. Well, if someone it's like us coming out and saying, "Well, hey, Haas, if Kamara gets injured, you guys are toast." Like no one's ever going to come out and say that. I mean, it's kind of like we know injuries happen. We don't wish injuries on anyone's players. But yeah, they definitely can completely change the narrative of a game. Just like for the Bears defense last week, getting 2 guys back for the first time this season completely transformed that defense.
Hell yeah.
And when Booker comes back in, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm psyched for that too. And when they brought up Moody and didn't have Homer's no big deal, but and Booker was out, I'm like, damn it. It was like, man, Gordon said he was playing that one week, he didn't play, and now Booker, and I'm like, come on.
So Haas, we only got a few minutes left, so let me throw this at you with the little time we got left. If the Saints lose and it's close, 2 questions. If they lose and it's close, you guys are you guys trying to sell? And if you guys get blown out, are you trying to sell? Does that make a difference in how you lose? If you were to lose, does that make a difference?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. If they get blown out, they're going to want somebody gone. If it's a close game, they might give them another shot, but depends how that game goes.
I mean, at what point are the Saints becoming sellers, though? If you guys lose to the Bears this weekend, is it time to start selling?
No, I think it's time to start selling if they lose to the Carolina Panthers in like 3 weeks.
They're not too shabby.
Yeah, but the trade deadline is on the Tuesday after week 8. This is week 7, so you got this week and next week, and then you got team. That's it. And I mean, you can always trade after that to clear the waiver process, and that's a little bit trickier.
Then it'd be after this game, then they'd be selling.
So if you guys are in cap hell and say you guys keep losing, don't you want to just tank and get as many higher draft pick for yourselves? Because these teams might not take. Yeah,
might as well. Yeah, I agree. Might as well.
Well, hey guys, great show. Thank you, Billy, for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Steve,
I can't wait to get up there tailgate with you someday.
Steve, that's TJ Edwards. That's your answer.
Haas, real quick, why don't you tell people where they can get you at in about an hour?
They can find me on X at BigHoss337. My show on the go at @onthego_TXLA. Going live at 9 p.m. Central on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Me and him are gonna do our Saints Bears preview, and we're gonna recap the previous week in the NFL and make predictions at the end. That's all you're gonna get tonight.
Sweet.
So there you go. Don't forget to join us back here, Woody and myself at minimum, for Sunday's pregame show at 11 a.m. Central. Of course, Billy probably do a cameo live from the, as he always does, from the tailgate. That's right. Everyone, have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Ken and Ken as well. Have a great morning or great week. Bear down.
Bear down.
Who that?